Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 20 of the F1 2018 Williams Road to Glory Career Mode. And this was a little bit weird because, well, for those of you guys that have been following the channel, you'll know that I've actually been to the Belgian Grand Prix over last weekend. Now this is actually the first video I'm recording once I've got back. I wasn't actually intending to make a video tonight, but I sort of got home a little bit earlier than I was expecting. You know, I saw the support so far. You know, every video of this Career Mode so far has got like over 5,000 views, which is absolutely phenomenal, you know, with a channel with 9,000 subscribers. That was the other thing I was going to mention. A huge thank you to all of you that have subscribed. If you're new around here and you aren't yet subscribed, we've got like 900 subs to go until we hit 10k, so it would be massively appreciated if you could help me out and hit that subscribe button as we move in towards the penultimate round of the F1 2018 Williams Road to Glory Season 1. So yeah, as I said, massive thank you to all of you for that. We're almost at, I think, 2.5 million channel views as well. You know, the aim is to try and hit 3 million channel views by the end of the year as well. You know, the original aim for subscribers was only 7,500. So the fact that we're already over 9,000, you know, we're still going strong, even though the game is already out now, you know, is absolutely mind-blowing. And yeah, as I said, if you can help me get one step closer, it would be massively appreciated. But let's move on then into the Brazilian Grand Prix this weekend. Obviously, for those of you that have been following recently, you'll know the whole focus now is on Season 2. You know, we've already got the confirmed rule changes going into Season 2, so we're just trying to bank R&D at the moment.
It's free practice time here in Brazil, so a warm welcome to all of you who join us this weekend for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Turns 1, 2 and 3 that form the Senna S are a series of tight left, right, left turns that really are an extremely difficult sequence of corners to master. The first turn runs downhill left-handed and provides massive understeer. It's then followed by a fast right-left combination through the Curva do Sol and onto the Reta Aposta straight.
Added in 1990, when F1 racing returned to Interlagos, it is fitting that one of the best corners on the F1 calendar takes its name from one of the sport's greatest drivers, Ayrton Senna. Get this section wrong, and you'll leave yourself open for the overtake on the approach to turn 4.
So here we are then in free practice for the penultimate round of the season here at Brazil, and quite looking forward to this racetrack on the whole. You know, it's one that I'm really quite a fan of. But on the other hand, for those of you that know, this Williams car has been really dwindling over these last few episodes, as well as the fact, you know, I haven't played this game since last Wednesday. So obviously this video is going out on the Monday night, hopefully, if everything runs alright. And yeah, I haven't played the game since last Wednesday, so it's nearly been a week away from it. But we do get the purple score on the R&D practice program. I did have a go on the qualifying once again. Just too fast, nothing I can really do about that, which is, you know, still really frustrating. I do hope, you know, it's something that I spoke about in my F1 2018 offline review. It's something that others have really spoke about as well, and I really wish that Codemasters can get it sorted. All it'll do is be a case of just dropping it by, you know, 3/4 of a second a second, as you can see. Already up to 2,300 R&D points as you move into Season 2. I don't know if we get like a big bonus or anything as we move into Season 2 as well. You know, it'd certainly be quite ideal if, you know, we got a double up of all our R&D points. So, but yeah, we'll wait and see as to what does happen with that. Pretty much every team quite happy with me overall. You know, quite a few teams showing, you know, some signs of interest for me next season. But I still get questions about what I'm going to do for Season 2. It's a Williams Road to Glory. We aim to bring Williams back to the top. I will be sticking with Williams for the time being. But let's move on then into quali.
Welcome to qualifying here in Interlagos as the cars are readying up for what's likely to be a very important session. So, could be a tasty one today then, Ants. We've got all the ingredients, that's for sure. Treacherous conditions, an ever-changing racetrack, and 1 or 2 cars just behind the pace setters who maybe, just maybe, fancy a bit of an upset after a good performance from them in free practice.
And the question has to be, of course, what is that circuit going to look like in 10 to 15 minutes from now? If you think the rain's going to get worse, then you have to be straight out when the lights go green to find whatever grip you can. But if it eases off, then you're better off waiting, saving the tyres, and going out at the perfect moment. The other thing that comes with these conditions? Traffic, and the lack of visibility that comes from sitting in the spray. It's going to be a constant problem, and I expect to see a lot of frustrated drivers with ruined laps out there today.
So here we are then, ready for qualifying for the Brazilian Grand Prix in changeable conditions are scheduled for this session. If we have a little look on... Well, I almost accidentally go out and ruin my parc ferme there. But yeah, you can just see the track is meant to actually get drier very, very soon. So we're actually going to stay in the pits until we do get out onto those intermediate compound of tyres here. As you can see, actually coming out with just a couple of minutes to spare. 4 minutes left on the clock to finish off on my first proper run there. You can see we're half a second up on my PB, well, 3/10 up, sorry, on my PB there. As we come up towards the line, it's actually going to be P16 there, but we really need to get back into the pit lane and actually go for a second run here. I went out a little bit too early on the set of the intermediate tyres there, so it was going to be absolutely crucial that we, went out on a, fresh set of tyres and made sure that we were just that little bit quicker there. So make sure we're trying to get back out of the pit lane as quickly as we possibly can there. Jeff just telling me about the intermediate tyres here, but are we going to have enough time to get through onto another run here as we actually get off the autopilot there? And we've got 15 seconds left of the session there, and that is, well, absolutely heartbreaking. It was going to be a case of, last person on a run would be really in good position there. But, well, as you can see, we've missed out on that by about 7 seconds there on the whole, which obviously would be quite a lot in terms of a qualifying lap. In terms of just trying to get around, that is absolutely heartbreaking there. Everyone else obviously went out right at the end of that session there, found all the time in the world, and well, unfortunately that's going to leave us miles off in Q1 there. Hamilton ahead of, I think it was both Ferraris, then his teammate there. You can just see, yeah, 2 seconds off Marcus Ericsson there, 4 seconds off pole, and I really did feel if we'd been able to get out just 10 seconds earlier, we could have really stood a chance of getting into Q2. But no point looking back at the past. Let's move on then into the race.
Where there's a will, well, there's a way. And nowhere has that fact been better demonstrated over the years than here at Interlagos. Remember Senna winning while fighting a gearbox that was jammed in 6th? 5 Drivers' Championship deciders in a row between 2005 and 2009. And of course, the passionate Brazilian fans packing the grandstands to capacity every year. And they're not about to stop now. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. 2 very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the 2 DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Sebastian Vettel. They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree, it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Magnussen, Ricciardo, Grosjean, Alonso and Carlos Sainz. Perez, they've taken a grid penalty. Leclerc, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Gasly, Hartley, Stroll, Marcus Ericsson and the Professor, Hulkenberg and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We can do better this race, I'm sure. See what you can do.
So yeah, it's certainly been quite a few tough Grand Prix out in recent times. I think the last time we scored points was actually all the way back at Russia, so I would really like to try and score some points today. But here we are then, on the grid, ready for the penultimate round of the season. It's the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's 5 lights and it's lights out. And away we go there. Actually, after probably my best start of the season, I had a couple of you guys tell me how to get good launches on this game as we almost ran into the back of my teammate Lance Stroll. And that upped the heart rate just a little bit there as we come out of the first couple of corners there. Run a little bit wide through the center S there. Unfortunately, get squeezed out. Don't make any contact, but we do now move up into P15 there. So quite a good little start from myself, if I do say so myself there. And yeah, we will certainly take that as we come through in towards Sector 2 of this opening lap here. We've got the Mclaren of Stoffel Van Dorn just up the road. What a torrid weekend he had out at the real-life Belgian Grand Prix. It was quite honestly sad just to watch him really not have the car. But, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this Grand Prix there as we try to send it up his inside. He completely shuts the door, and we'll have to hold back in P15 as we come to the end of lap 1, though. All over the back once again of the McLaren driver here. We don't think about going for a move into 1. He does try to play a little bit defensive there. The AIs tend to take quite a little weird line through turn 1 this. We're going to try and focus on getting the traction of the exit of the Schumacher S, the Senna S. Even quite a costly mistake to make there down the inside of the McLaren Honda driver there, just to get the car slowed down. Fernando also, no idea what's happened to him there, but he's slow on the exit. And when we somehow make the move, well, a double overtake there, going through turn 4, now up into P13 of this Grand Prix. But yeah, as you can see, the end of lap 5 though, we sort of find ourselves in a little bit of a window here, about 2-3 seconds behind the cars in front, 2 seconds ahead of the cars behind here, but the pace was really starting to fall away, and I did not want to repeat of Mexico last time out. You know, for those of you guys that did watch that race, it was an absolute mess on the whole. But yeah, we're going to try and keep these tyres at just a couple of laps longer. Again, I'm not too sure whether it's just a bit of a bug on this game, but yeah, just the tyres just fall away. And yeah, as I said, not too sure if that's a bug, if it's just this Williams car. You know, we've really dropped back in terms of pace and performance over these last few rounds. So yeah, I'm not too sure what it is. Alonso though gets cleanly past me there. I think the Sauber of Ericsson is going to try and do the same as we come down in towards sector 2. He keeps the nose up the inside there, but yeah, we have to avoid him on the grass there. Kick out the back end, just about keep it pointing in the right direction there. But yeah, that certainly was not what I wanted there. And well, we've dropped down a couple of places, but by the time we did make our pit stops, well, we were all the way down to the rear of the field there. Obviously, by the time we did make it into the pit, Charles Leclerc had unfortunately retired at this stage of the day. You can see the tyres on around sort of 50% average there on the end of lap 10. It will be a tube-stop Grand Prix this time out as well. You know, it's a little bit different. Generally, I tried to go for the one-stop, but the game just was not recommending it today, so we're going to try and stay for the two-stop there. Kick the back end out as we come out of the pit lane there, but we do hold on to the rear end, keep it pointing in the right direction. And just a couple of laps later, you can see already getting the jump on Roman Grosjean. He's having a torrid day out today. And then also past Nico Hülkenberg. That got a little bit tight between the pair of us, but we move back up to P17 there. A few more drivers still left to pit. Hülkenberg, yeah, comes out behind me on a set of the super softs as well as we move on to the end of lap 12. You can see a couple, no one else actually, sorry, in the pit lane. We've actually got Hülkenberg all over my rear end here as we come towards the start of lap 13, just over 1/3 of the way through this Grand Prix. Hülkenberg's going to try and send it down the inside, but we're going to try to swing it. Yes, we do. Shut the door on the exit, and we do hold on. And honestly, this is probably going to be one of the best battles I've had on F1 2018 versus the AI. Hülkenberg, 1 lap later, his attack is continuing there. He's going to try and look to the outside. The AI, so confident on the outside there. He's just going to shut the door on me through turn 1 there. We'll now move up into P17 of this Grand Prix, and very robust style there. But overtake mode, Rich Rev's DRS, it's going to be nothing. He's going to be able to try and hold off my attack once more. They're down the inside, braking nice and tidily. And while we do move back up into P17 there, almost like the Brendan Hartley-Marcus Ericsson battle that we saw at the Belgian Grand Prix there. Hülkenberg all over the back of me once more there as it comes towards the end of lap 16. You're in the halfway stage of this race. Is he going to be able to swing it right around my outside once more there? He certainly tries to give it a good run there. We're going to squeeze him out over the curves. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. We do hold it on for now, but Hülkenberg going to get a fantastic switchback move on the exit of the corner. He will have the DRS, won't really have slipstream because obviously we're side by side, but we're going to try and use the ERS overtake mode. He's going to send it back down my inside. We're going to try and go for the switchback move there. He does give me the room on the exit there. Hot lap mode, overtake mode, up in through sector 2 here. We're going to try and keep it on the inside there. Yes, we do, just about. That got very close, but we do hold on to P15 now of this Grand Prix there. So still slowly but surely moving our way up through the order here, and yeah, we do hold on to that whole position over Nico Hülkenberg on the track here, and I was really happy with that. But on to the end of lap 19 here, and Hülkenberg once again, they're really going to try and mount his charge once more. The yellow flag's out just up the road, not too sure what is going on up there, but Hülkenberg once again, slipstream ERS. It looks like he's going to try and use everything that he possibly can right around the outside there, way before we reach the apex of turn 1, well, even the braking zone there. But as we come through turn 1, what has gone on here? We've got 3 cars pulled off to the side of the circuit there. That seems like a very strange accident, so we're certainly going to try and get a look on the replay cameras from that one. We got a Force India of Sergio Perez parked on the apex of turn 1, and don't say Ocon turned straight into him there. No idea what he was thinking. Both Force Indias out of the Grand Prix there. What does happen to the Sauber car as well? He hits the first Force India of Perez there, and if that wasn't enough to ruin his day, well, he completely pile drives into the rear of the second there as well, which means both of those guys, oh sorry, all three of them were out there. But we skip on to my second pit stop of the day, my final pit stop of the day as well then. Well, we're already back down to the rear of the field here. I spoke about how the game just didn't feel the one stop was possible. Well, the AI are clearly doing it. My teammate Lance Stroll is just ahead of me at this stage of the day. Well, he's fighting with Van Dorn there. But yeah, no idea what that was all about because, well, I would have certainly tried to take the one-stop strategy if the game had really felt it was possible there. But, well, yeah, not too sure what that is all about, unfortunately, there. That's really going to, you know, put my race on its head then, really, unfortunately. Is pretty much going to put pay to the end of an exciting race here. The only action that we really got was, well, Grosjean still struggling in this race. We actually run into the back of him there, and I'll be honest, this was a horrific overtake from myself. Squeezed right over the curbs there, and well, I can only apologise to the Frenchman there. But, you know, he's caused me a few issues over the course of this season there, but does not make it right at the end of the day there. But yeah, as I said, he had a whole host of issues towards the end of that Grand Prix, which meant that, well, we were going to get past him anyway then, no matter whether it was a clean move or an absolute shocking one there. Valtteri Bottas does come through to win the Brazilian Grand Prix there. Honestly, for me, I'm quite happy that we were just able to make it through to the end of the race there. A lap down on the whole, as I said, a bit rusty coming back onto this game there, but certainly quite happy with that. As well as, you know, keeping the upload streak going on F1 2018 as well. They were over the line, P14 of 15 cars there at the end of the race.
Great drive, great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Taking care of the car was absolutely vital today. It's been obvious all weekend that the pace was there, but look at the attrition rate we've had. They would have been very concerned about any minor anomaly towards the latter stages of this Grand Prix.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Nico Hülkenberg, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
The Constructors' title may already be decided, but we saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time, though, goodbye.
So there we are then, guys, the end of the Brazilian Grand Prix. It was actually Valtteri Bottas there who finished ahead of Vettel, claiming once again another podium in the F1 2018 Williams Road to Glory there. Hamilton third, Raikkonen fourth. I think it was Max Verstappen in fifth. Hülkenberg, sorry, I'm not too sure. I think it must have been Carlos Sainz in sixth. Yeah, it must have been. Magnussen 7th, Alonso 8th. They're doing a very good job to score points in that McLaren. With the Toro Rossos actually rounding out the points score there. Very, very good job by those guys. Lance Stroll once again, P11, just missing out there ahead of Hülkenberg, Van Dorn, myself, and Grosjean. In terms of the drivers and constructors standings, the only one real change there was between Carlos Sainz and Kevin Magnussen. So very, very good job by Carlos there. First and second both in the drivers' standings now, completely sorted there. Raikkonen has a slim chance of jumping Hamilton there, but third and fourth is obviously pretty much locked down, as well as fifth and sixth is going to be highly unlikely that Ricciardo is going to jump Verstappen there, as well as Hulkenberg pretty much solidified himself now as best of the rest ahead of Perez. Sainz, obviously, as I said, jumping Magnussen in terms of the constructors' standings. Only one real change that I could potentially see happening in the final race will be between Toro Rosso and Sauber if they can get off to another good result there. But there we are then, guys. That has been the end of the Brazilian Grand Prix. A huge, huge thank you for those of you that obviously have stuck around right through to the end. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Obviously, hoping I can get one step closer to 10k. But I will see you guys next time for the final round of Season 1 at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.